James Madison, father of the Constitution, and mother of some of the most electric crowds in all of college football when they come out to support the Dukes. There's nothing quite like a great rivalry matchup in college football. The bitterness, the intensity, the lifetime of memories that will come as a result of what we're about to see in this one. As we'll see, the winners of 5 straight, the Old Dominion Monarchs, taking on a team who is rested and ready, coming off a bye, the James Madison Dukes. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports. And the Monarchs will put total leather and we'll get started. The returner will field it and try to get some field position. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Dukes offense will have the first possession of the game. And the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive in games like this, guys, and it's crucial to get your emotions under control.
No doubt. In rivalry games, you've got to limit the mental errors and you've got to limit the penalties because those will kill you, Pollard.
And you got to come out under control. It means so much. We know that. The fans are all talking about it, but it's just football.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. A first down for the offense. They'll run it out of the shotgun. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. And here comes the offense on second down. They'll run the option. Now the toss. At the 35, he's got room. The expressway is wide open. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Dukes. And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
And the extra point makes it 7-0. That drive took no time at all. A couple of plays and finished it with the long run for the touchdown. On the move from inside his 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. So Old Dominion's offense taking the field. First chance we have to see them today. And this figures to be just a tremendous matchup of big play receivers, Jesse.
And because of their skills, Reese, you're going to see all types of ways and how they use them, right? They're going to throw it to them. They'll throw screens. They'll get jet sweeps. Get these guys as many touches as you can.
Well, and the good thing is, if you're a defense, you're used to it. You see this guy in practice every day. Now you're seeing another guy that's elite. Which defense can rise to the challenge and get a few stops and maybe nullify the playmaker?
And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
You know, when you go down personnel package, you got extra DBs in the game, so it's harder to throw if you're the quarterback. There's just not as many windows. They've got more guys in coverage. You're expecting to at least have a little bit more time, but your offensive line, man, they just couldn't hold up.
A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. David, they'd love to do what they did last time and put this one in the end zone.
You ain't lying. They did a great job. The offense was clicking. Everything went well, Palmer. They executed and got the touchdown.
And they really were in a nice rhythm as well. I'd love to see that here on the next drive, too. Just keep doing what you're doing. Everything seems to be working, and you seem to have this defense on their heels.
Got his man to the left. The tackle is made, but he's got it first and goal from the 6.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense moving forward.
And the Dukes line it up with a 1st and goal. Someone not clear on the snap count. It'll be a false start, and they'll move it back.
False start, offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Now on 2nd and goal. He's looking to throw. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, James Madison.
And it's so underrated. The relationship between a QB and a wide receiver, the timing, the ability to know where he's going to be and be accurate with the football, that's what leads to nice touchdowns, Jesse.
Well, the chemistry between these two guys has to be great when you're throwing into the end zone because coverage is going to be tight. The throw might not be perfect, but this is something these two guys have been repping in practice over and over and over, and it's paying dividends now in the game.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner goes down. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this team.
And the quarterback caught up to and sacked at the 12. The number one job is to protect your quarterback, and they weren't able to do it long enough that time.
This offensive line, Reese, they've got to do a better job communicating pre-snap. Try and figure out which people on defense are going to be rushing the passer. Right now, this offense just looks confused up front.
The Monarchs line up to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. Slips through the line. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the Oak. On the move. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Here's a quick throw out to the left. And they're able to force him out of bounds after a short pickup. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. And the try is no good. Missed the field goal, missed the chance to make it a 3-possession game, but still a 14-point lead, guys.
14, Old Dominion, 0.
ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
Looking downfield, it's Boone. Got his man quickly. And he is going to be forced out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage. Tremendous defense there. We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. Pass is incomplete, but there is a flag beside the quarterback, and this might be a roughing call.
Roughing the pass. Defense.
Look, you want to make the quarterback feel you. You want to get pressure in his face. That was so close, but just a tad late. They'll run the off-tackle play here. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about.
Holding. Offense.
Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Here comes the offense on second down. He's looking to throw. And that's going to be incomplete, going for broke on second down, but third down's coming up. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. They'll run the screen. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And the Monarchs will punt this one away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. You want to talk about taking the wind out of your sails. Drive the ball down the field and miss the field goal, David.
You know what? Don't leave it up to kickers. Execute better offensively. I think you move the ball nice. You got to keep that in mind. But, Palmer, I think you got to stay aggressive and don't settle for field goals.
Yeah, because you got to know there's just no margin for error right now. You just have got to be able to execute at a higher level.
They'll move the running back to try to force the defense to adjust. To the ground with the back. Just a solid stop by this sophomore. Now on second down. Pulls it and fires to the left. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Holding. Offense.
Holding penalties, the ultimate drive killer. We'll see if it costs this offense here. On second down, wants to throw it. Complete to the right. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. Third down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. He makes a catch. And they are pushing the ball down the field. A big pickup on that one, and the tackle is finally made. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Dukes come to the line with a new set of downs. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all run after the catch, so pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth game if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
They largely dominated the first quarter and built a nice lead to get started. Wide out in motion. On second down, wants to throw. Safe completion on the screen. And he's brought down, but a flag is also down.
Illegal offense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Back to the air one more time. Unleashes one deep. And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man. And right in the middle of tight coverage, and he still makes the grab at the 15. Now on the option. Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him one to the 14. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. He's looking for an open man on second down. Got the quick pass. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. Out of the shotgun on third down. Escapes the sack. But now he's swallowed up, and he'll be knocked down for a loss on the trick play.
I love the effort, and there's no quit in this defense. First guy misses, second guy misses, no problem. We've got extra bodies and hats flying to the quarterback, and they're able to get the sack.
Now on fourth down, they'll send out the field goal unit. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. And that lead grows even bigger. They're really starting to extend that lead as they get ready to kick it away again. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. Here's the handoff. After giving up that score, now it's incumbent on this offense to kind of get a back and forth going, Jesse, in this game.
They got to put some points on the board here. There's obviously a lot of football to go, so it's not necessarily panic time just yet, but I'm getting the ball into the hands of my best playmakers in this game.
I hear you, Jesse, but not panic time. Have you seen my defense? I mean, I'm not trusting them to get a lot of stops, so it puts a lot of pressure on this offense.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. The Monarchs will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. Fourth time he's punted tonight. Fields to punt and tries to help improve that field position. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. So last time, David, they ate up some clock, ran a bunch of plays, but settled for the... They've got the play bottled up. Fumble, it's out! The defense pounced on that. Now they're headed the other way.
Nice heads-up play by the defense to jump on that ball after it got popped out.
First down for this offense. Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. And excellent vision to find running room there and make a really good pickup before the defense put a stop to it. Run in the red zone, it's Kendricks. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring.
Second down coming up.
The give to the back. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Hold it. Offense.
Just an obvious holding call there, and one that just kills an offense's momentum. They go to the ground. Nifty little dance step. Working his way and keeping those legs moving. Picks up 5 down to the 14. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. A little screen to the running back. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be fourth down. They'll try to cap off this drive with a field goal. From the right hash, and this distance makes that angle not quite so severe. Smashes it between the uprights. So after the made field goal, they'll kick it away and rely on their defense. And he takes this from inside the 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. Feeling some heat. They've got the screen set up. Got room at the 35. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. They're bringing heat. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. He's looking to throw. And the quarterback is snowed under.
This defense needed something to go right, man. They're down big already in the first half. Get to the quarterback, get him on the ground. This could start some momentum going back the other direction.
Let's see what call they have on 3rd and long from the 28. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. They're setting up the screen. Defense was not fooled by that screen to the back, and they'll stop him short of the marker. It'll be 4th down. And the Dukes will send out the punt unit. A fairly short distance here toward the sidelines, not his best work. ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. Had to settle for the chip shot field goal last time, Jesse. They'd love for this one to pay off bigger.
Yeah, it just comes down to execution, too. Did a nice job out in the field, stalled a little bit once they got down to the goal line, so they just need to be a little bit more crisp here, Dave.
Yeah, and listen, I think the first part was the most important part. You got to put the drive together first to get down there. Now, when we get down there, focus on execution and getting 6 points.
2nd down here, and maybe they've got time to get one more snap off before the 2-minute warning. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. And how about that interior defense stuffing the run for nothing? We've reached the 2-minute warning, and this thing has been one-sided, and they hope to at least have something to feel good about going into halftime. He'll work his way down to the 28. This first half of offense won't go on the highlight reel so far. Starting to get things moving, it's 1st and 10. He'll pull it down on the run, and he'll slide to avoid the big hit. This offense has a 2nd down play. Looking for a man, it's Boone. The quick out. There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. And the Monarchs with the 1st and 10. They've marched to the red zone, and here they go. He caught it. They will score. Touchdown, Monarchs. The clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And it's up and good as they draw just a touch closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Week in and week out, guys, you never know what's going to happen in college football. Check this out. Utah State has the lead right now. Logan has been jumping all week. This game is hardly over. There is time left on that clock. They're up by 10 over Oregon. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. They really got things moving on this drive. 2nd play of the drive comes from the 37. Gets it out quickly. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the 1st down. The offense quickly calls timeout to stop the clock. It'll be a 1st down from the 49-yard line. He wants to throw. He's going to let it go. Makes the grab on the left side. Touchdown, Dukes. He broke away from the defense, and they couldn't catch him.
And it's not an accident. They're featuring this guy. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. That's your job as a coach. Find my playmakers, get them the ball so they can do damage and have games like this right here.
PAT unit on the field. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And they finish the drive with a big play through the air, scoring from 51 yards out. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. He's going to pass. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back to what's been working for you in this game. Don't be afraid to dial up plays that you've already had success with, running it and throwing it. It's okay to repeat plays down 14 at this point.
And I would also say, Palmer, kind of understanding that my defense is not playing great, so I know offensively I got to put some good possessions together here, make something happen on this side of the football.
Dropping back, it's Boone. He lets one fly deep. Nice hands on the right sideline as he has it for a huge gain.
And the quarterback knew exactly where he wanted to go with the football, had time, spins the ball deep. Nice job by this offense, understanding what the defense is giving them and creating the explosive play.
Going for it all. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, ODU.
Now, a lot of times you see those receivers, as soon as they get by the DBs, you know, that hand goes straight up in the air. I got him. I got to step on him. He got to step on him. And the ball was thrown perfectly out in front. And you can see he runs underneath it, gets it, and gets the long touchdown on the go route.
Getting set for the point after. And the PAT will draw them 1 point closer. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. From inside the 15, here's the return. And the return man showing great vision to be able to find some space and put his team in much better field position. He'll come out throwing on first down. He hurls one deep down the left side. And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And the defense couldn't corral him, and he took it all the way. Touchdown, James Madison. A clutch throw and catch from the quarterback and the receiver in the end zone for the touchdown.
Man, I tell you what, you want to get pressure on the quarterback in these situations. You drop so many guys back deep, but as a defender, you're not trying to catch the ball. You're trying to spike that thing as hard as you can into the ground. The defense has to do a better job, but the offense makes the big play, gets the huge Hail Mary.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And we have to start this halftime breakdown by addressing the play of this elite wide receiver. This is clearly a young man who, once he's finished playing on Saturdays, he's going to be playing on Sundays. The kid has different gears. He has a knack for finding gaps in the defense. And I can't remember a college player with that kind of catch radius. That said, let's get back to the field and our guys in the booth to see who comes out on top of this rivalry contest.
Looks as if we're set to crank it up here in the second half. And he'll return it and try to get behind his blockers. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
When you've already sent your punter out 4 times, At least he knows he's going to get his varsity letter, and his leg might get a bigger workout if they don't convert. And that defense gets to him, and down he goes at the 9.
You have to imagine the game plan in the second half, being down. I got to come out and throw the football successfully, but how about this offensive line? They don't do their job. They don't protect their guy, and the defense setting the tone right out the gate.
The Monarchs will call on their punt team. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. Yet another punt on the way. Got to make sure that hamstring stays loose. He's been busy. And the coverage team gets to return it on the ground. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike score. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
Brought down at the 26-yard line after a pickup of 10 yards on the play, and it'll be a first down. Running back goes in motion. They'll throw it on first down. Missed receiver there. It's incomplete. Last play didn't go as planned. Now 2nd and 10 from the 26. The option look. The pitch. They almost got a first down there. Stopped a yard short. It'll be 3rd down. The Dukes looking to take advantage of this red zone trip. Wants to throw on 3rd down. Tight end finds a soft spot. Dragged down to the turf, but not before getting the first down. On the option. Now the pitch. And he's loose, and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Dukes! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. Now they've got a little breathing room. They are in firm control of this game, guys, but you never want to let up in a rivalry game.
Because it only takes one play. We know how much of a factor momentum can be in these types of rivalry games, David, so this game's still far from over.
And this is where my leadership and my experience comes into play. When you got guys that have been through these fires, been through these rivalry games, you know the swings happen quick. Now you got to swing it back your way.
And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. They're down by 21 points, but you get a touchdown here, and you do at least apply a little game pressure, Jesse.
It's true. I think for them to get back in this one at this point now, they need the quarterback to play his best football. He's going to have to be good really pre-snap, David, making sure they're in the right looks, and he's got to be really good with his decision-making.
He's got to be dialed in because defensively you're giving up points.
Open runway ahead. And they were looking for a chunk play, and they got it. The explosive picks up more than 30. Not only do you have the big gain and you sort of knock the defense back, but you're also set up in the red zone.
Yeah, they've got this defense on their heels right now after that big play. We talked about this offense being explosive. Now that they're in the red zone, let's see what they dial up next.
The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. From the red zone, looking for a man. Trying to get to him. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. They'll try again on 2nd down after the incompletion. They'll leave it with him. Keeps the legs moving. Pushing ahead, a tough run, picks up 4, it's down at the 15. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. After the last run, would you just give it to him again on 3rd down? Scanning the field, it's Boone. Going for 6. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there. And they'll send out the kicker to try a field goal. It's good. Easy call for the ref.
38 holds them in 20.
So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. And he's going to bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Guys, James Madison ready to go back on the attack. They'll try the run. Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. Wide receiver now comes in motion. Quarterback keeper. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Quickly complete. And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the first down marker. And the Dukes decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He only needs a sliver of daylight. They'll put a stop to that return as he gets it up to the 41-yard line. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. Running back searching for a hole. Creating some space, getting just enough good blocking, and they've got it up to the 47-yard line. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. Wants to throw, it's Boone. Moves around to clear up the vision. Picks up the 1st down and gets down to avoid contact. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking for a gap, it's Flores.
Small gain, I know, but again, the defense knows he's going to run the football. He's willing to run the football, not just drop back and pass. Make him honor the run game. You got to do a lot of this.
They're working that left side. He steps out of bounds, but he's got a 1st down on the play. And the Monarchs are on the move. From the gun, running back on the move. Not a whole lot of room as he gets a couple inside the 30 to the 29. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off the play fake. And down goes the quarterback. There are penalty flags down, but it looks as if this might be on the offense. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. And that one's incomplete. They weren't just trying to move the chains. They were trying to move the scoreboard. Instead, it's 4th down. They'll try to put 3 on the board as the field goal unit comes on. No good. Guys, after that miss, they're still trying to fight their way out of an 18-point hole. James Madison sends the offense back onto the field. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead.
Yeah, and defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. One more period to go, and we'll see just how much fight they've got left in them. Let's see what they've got on 2nd down. Fast motion from the offense. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Fighting off the defender. And they drag him down, but not before he picks up the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Right back to the well. Really nice stop there from this senior leader. After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. He'll pull it on the read. And he's knocked down, but there's also laundry on the field. We'll see what the officials have called. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Running backs on either side of the quarterback. Wide receiver shows motion. He'll ride his man on the option. And a nice solid pickup there before the defense wrestles him to the ground. Now facing a 3rd and long. Moving the running back, trying to get the D to tip its hand. Caught in the backfield, it's Pitts. He couldn't find anywhere to go, and now it's 4th down.
Well, the offense on 3rd down there, they're just trying to spit the ball out quickly and see if they can get a block and get north. But defense, really nice job getting after the catch, getting a tackle, and now setting up 4th down.
4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. ODU ready to send the offense back onto the field. They've avoided the interception all day, but they were lucky to get that one back here late. It'll be 2nd down. Quarterback by himself in the backfield. To the air, it's Boone. Unloads to the wideout. And his throw is incomplete. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Pocket starts to collapse. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
This is just so demoralizing. You want to talk about taking a game over. That's what this defense is doing right now. They are just winning in the trenches. They're easily the more athletic and more physical unit up front, dominating this O-line.
The Monarchs send out the punt unit. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. At midfield, trying to turn it upfield. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. They'll go to the ground. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact on the play, but no flags. It'll be 3rd down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. And he's not going to make it. The defense denying him the 1st down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. So look at this. They're sending out the kicker to try a long one. The official says no good. Well, the field goal didn't quite make it through, but still an 18-point game.
James Madison, 38. Old Dominion, 20.
Old Dominion has the ball back. The Monarchs will send the offense onto the field. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3 and out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some 1st downs. Get some positive momentum.
On target to the left. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30-plus.
Let's go. We got some life. We made a big play, something to build off of. We need a lot of points, and we need them quickly. Time's running out. We're trailing big in this ballgame.
Looking for the end zone. And that pass intercepted. Offense bringing in the big boys, heavy personnel. Give to the running back. And they try the middle of this defense, and that is not happening. Got stuffed on 1st down. It's 2nd and 10. Motion from the offense. They want to run this quarterback. Brought down at the 31 after a pickup of 10 yards on that one. It's 1st and 10 from the 31. Leaves it with the back. Found a little space, and he's got 4 to the 35. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6.
Brings up 2nd down.
They'll go to the counter. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Let's see if they keep it on the ground here on 3rd down. They'll run the option. He'll toss it. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a 1st down.
Holding. Offense.
That penalty moves the ball back 10 yards. We'll replay the down. Ball's at the 27. This offense facing a 3rd and long. And he's not going to get there. The defense stands tall and makes the stop. The Dukes will punt it away on 4th down. 4th time tonight we've seen this guy come on to punt. And the punt team able to sling him to the ground. Offense getting set for 1st down. Trying to start the drive with a pass. He's got an open man. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the 1st down.
Here's the deal. You're down 3 possessions. You know, it doesn't feel likely they're going to come back and win, but we've seen crazier stuff happen in college football. It all starts with a big completion on a 2-minute drive. They'll get the momentum started in your direction.
And the Monarchs want to move quickly. Dropping back, it's Boone. Throws to the wideout. And they're not on the same page there. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. He's got him this time. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. The Monarchs come to the line with a fresh set of downs. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Fires to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. The give to the tailback. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. On 4th down, looking for the completion. It's incomplete, and they'll turn it over on downs. Looking for a productive play on 1st down. On the option. Quick toss. And they make the tackle, but the official has tossed his flag.
Holding. Offense.
They say you could call holding on every play. Well, they did on that one. On the ground, trying to pull the plug on this clock. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Power football with the run. Good vision and determination there to find his way up to the 23. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. And trying to put points on the board on 3rd down. Now they're staring at 4th down. And the Dukes will bring the punt team onto the field. Makes a move. Just plowing down the field. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. To the air. It's Boone. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance. They'll spread the defense out, going 5 wide on 2nd and 10. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Takes a hit as he fires. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's going up top here late in the game. It is incomplete, and now there are 4 seconds remaining. And the Monarchs will line up to punt it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. They bring him down. Strong effort by the coverage team, and that's how they'll put a period on this one.
You know what's great about rivalry games? Each side hates every wretched breath the other one sucks into their greedy lungs. Figuratively speaking, of course, and when you win, is it sweet.
It's glorious. To be able to brag, to be able to text message your buddies, to be able to post stuff on social media, it's a lot of fun. I think fans like it more than anybody, but it's something that every year you have a couple games starred. This was one of them, Jesse. They took care of business, and now you move on to the next.
They really did, and we saw some great individual efforts in this game by the winning team, too. So cool to see some of these players that have had terrific collegiate careers make some of the biggest plays of their lives in this game, in a rivalry game that just means so much. This was a fun one to call.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.